Hi guys, I'm JL.
I'm shy.
Today we're going to talk about love
Lust.
and loss. I think for this episode, I wanted to steer more away from love because that's not everything that life has to offer, diba? That's not everything that comprises of who we are and how we got to this today. So parts of that are also because of how we grew up, the careers that we chose, the life decisions that we made, all related to the work that we do. So I kind of wanted to double more in that. Parang the backstory of how you ended up doing social media or how you ended up doing more of a marketing role. Is this something that you've always wanted to do? Is this something na parang just life kind of led you towards here? Iba naman talaga yung plano mo.
Yeah.
How did the decision come about, and is it related to what you wanted to do when you were a kid? So I guess we started off by like, what did you want to be when you were a kid, and is that related to who you are now?
When I was a kid, ang pinaka gusto ko talagang maging was, I wanted to be a fashion designer or a flight attendant.
How old was that?
Elementary.
Okay.
So very, ambitious na ako. I didn't want to be in the medical field kasi I thought that was kind of, mainstream kasi lahat ng
Engineer, lawyer.
classmates ko gusto nila yon. And I felt like I wasn't the type to, be in that specific field nung time na yon. So I dreamed higher, sabi ko. I wanted to go sa New York, ganyan, to be a fashion designer or
Shout out Charlotte folk.
or to be a flight attendant. Kasi yun yung gusto talaga ni mom ko. Kasi nga nakikita niya daw yung potential ko. Kasi yung build ng katawan ko is mahaba, matangkad. And then, I had thick black hair nung high school ako. So parang nakita niya na, potential to kasi pag flight attendant, di ba? Parang ganun yung ideal.
Di ba may height requirement yung ganun?
I think 5'4" pataas.
Oh,
Depende
wow.
pa yun.
Okay.
Yeah,
Depende pa sa airline.
Oo. So, pasok tayo medyo sa airline na, minimum, I think. Funny thing is, dapat magka-college ako dito sa Manila, but hindi ako pinayagan ng parents ko kasi, sabi nila, makulit na ako sa Baguio. So, pag lumipat ako ng Manila, mas kukulit ako. So, walang magbabantay sa akin.
Baka pariwara ka, ganun.
Exactly. Pariwara na ako sa Baguio. So, wala na ngang magbabantay sa akin dito. So, hindi nila ako pinayagan mag-senior high dito. And I wanted to go sa SOFA. Alam mo yun? SOFA, it's a fashion designer school here in Manila. Tapos, hindi talaga nila ako pinayagan. And then, after that, medyo nawala na yung dream ko about it. Kasi parang sabi ko, I wanted to start early para hindi na ako may foundation na ako sa dream ko.
Pero your parents were okay with you being a fashion designer, hypothetically?
Oh, okay naman.
Ayaw lang nila na you study in Manila. But hindi ba problem yun? Kasi most of the courses na kind of niche, more on the city, meron bang fashion design sa Baguio?
Wala, yun nga
Like,
kaya nung sinabi ko sa kanila na parang wala namang fashion designer school dito sa Baguio. So, merong arts, but like, it's different eh. So, nung sinabi ko sa kanila na sa Manila lang merong fashion design, ayaw nila kasi parang they were thinking about my safety then and, financial wise, hindi siya ganun ka-achievable nung time na yun. Kasi, thinking about it, I think mahal talaga kasi mag-study sa mga ganun kasi you have to have your own resources, lalo na fashion design siya.
Para siyang, alam ko it's one of the, I'm not so sure, pero it's like, it's a course in Benilde, Lasal Benilde. I think it's one of the most expensive.
Something like
Anything artsy, sobrang mahal niya. Arky pa nga lang eh. Alam ko arky, parang supplies mo dun, sobrang mahal na. So, I would say it's the same.
It kind of fell back yung dream ko na yun kasi it wasn't achievable nung time na yun. So, I was like, okay, let's try. Baka pwede ako maging flight attendant. Medyo tinatry ko pa siya. And then, nawalan din ako ng gana because I got tattoos. So,
bawal ba yun?
Bawal. Like, very visible.
But what if you cover it up?
I think at that point, nung na-realize kung gusto ko mag-flight attendant, I had too many tattoos already. So, wala na akong choice kundi hindi na siya pwedeng takpan. Kasi meron ako here, very visible. Okay lang kung siguro like, inside here, Pero like, I had dito kasi sa arms ko. So, they're very strict kasi sa mga ganong requirements. So, like, sabi ko, ay, hindi ko pinilit yung self ko na i-pressure yung sarili ko na maging flight attendant kasi malam mo hindi siya para sa akin.
Sure.
Realizing I went with a course na it's marketing.
As in your course is BS marketing or something like that?
Marketing. Digital marketing.
Okay.
So, it was very...
may course talaga na digital marketing. Okay.
Dun sa school ko. I don't know lang. I think here meron naman siguro.
I think meron. I just haven't seen pa.
So, digital marketing yung ginaduate ko. And then, when I was looking for jobs, nung nandun ako, after graduating, nahirapan ako kasi all of the startup businesses there are like very common.
Oh.
And then, nandun sa Baguio, but it's very common. So, parang hindi ko alam kung paano magsisimula dun and how I will grow there. Like, thinking about it, Baguio is a really small city where opportunities are like this dim. Ganito lang siya.
Tsaka would you say medyo outdated yung mga businesses doon? So digital marketing is
a bit
accepted? Okay.
So nung inisip ko siya, hindi siya ganun nagwe-weigh in na like I would stay here and I can get a job here pero hindi ako mag-grow as a person. So thinking about it long term, yun yung one way ko para that was one way for me to think na I can do more because I wanted to leave that specific area of me just being there. Kasi mahirap pag nagsistick ka lang into a specific field na alam mo hindi ka naman mag-grow, di ba? Like parang kontento ka na dun lang. That's when I decided to go here in Manila. Tapos then I accepted a job that led me to different opportunities na din. Kasi knowing that I came from a really small a small town, Manila is one way for me to create more opportunities for myself.
Pumayag na yung parents mo for you to leave Baguio after you studied?
Yeah, I think I actually told them I had a higher salary so that they would let me move out.
Okay.
So basically, parang they wouldn't let me if they think that I cannot support myself yet. But I said like, I think I can. Sobrang taas ng ano ko. Gusto ko na talaga siya kasing ma-achieve even though na alam ko mahirapan ako for a bit. But then after a while, na-realize ko na kaya ko naman pala siya.
That's true.
And then nung sinabi ko na lang sa kanila yung story na yun, natawa na lang sila kasi I survived a year. With that specific salary na they had in mind. So basically, kaya ko naman, mom.
Yeah, that's why I'm a big believer in fake it till you make it. Like, as long as you know in your mind na kaya mo, you can just fake it till you make it. You can pretend that you can until you really can, and you can really build the foundation afterwards.
Kasi nung na-realize ko na kaya ko naman pala siya, may mga hardships, mahirap siya at times, but knowing that you have a specific goal in mind, you have a specific mindset that you want to achieve, even though you're still starting very low or kahit nahihirapan ka pa, it will give you, yun yung magle-lift sa'yo pataas lalo na you believe in yourself. Lalo na kapag alam mong naniniwala ka sa sarili mo, hindi mo dinadoubt yung sarili mo. That will go a long way.
Tsaka feel ko one of the sad realities is, in the Philippines, most likely, yung jobs, they're very concentrated in a few areas. So if you're in the provinces, of course there are jobs, pero hindi ganun kalaki yung sweldo niya. Kaya a lot of people really tend to flock towards BGC, Makati, because we've been sold the dream na this place is much more secure, this place is much more plentiful in terms of job opportunities. Not always true,
Hindi.
Minsan nga kahit BGC ka, sobrang baba pa rin na sahod mo. But parang siguro, adolescents pa lang natin, we've been kind of sold that kind of idea na it's better to work in the city than in the provinces.
Yeah.
Siguro now, medyo na-change lang siya kasi may mga online jobs. Pero dati talaga, I knew when I lived in Santa Rosa, I knew I would not be living in Santa Rosa for good because I had to move out to get more opportunities. So, feel ko mas mahirap na jump yun from you kasi Baguio to Makati is like what? 5 hours?
5 hours. So different.
And the cost of living?
It's very different. Coming from having my own money for myself and then not spending it on amenities like rent, electricity, water, grocery, and then jumping into a life where I get to pay my own bills and, save up for the things that I like. Mahirap yun kasi hindi ako sanay. Grabe, sobrang hirap niya.
Tapos makikita mo ang mahal na Meralco mo.
Ang mahal, grabe. Hindi ko kaya. Like, na-culture shock ako when I got here because it's really different. Iba yung way of life ko nung nasa Baguio ako compared to here. So, when I got here, I kinda, hindi naman ako super walang alam sa mindset and sa lifestyle ng Manila. But it was different when I was visiting.
Yeah.
Siyempre, I come to visit for events, gano'n.
Or when you visit, okay lang mag-splurge kasi one day lang naman.
Babalik ulit ako doon. I can work my ass off ulit, tapos balik ulit pag kaya na. It's like a vacation nung pumupunta ako dito. But when I came here for good, parang sabi ko, ay, kailangan ko na magtipid. Kasi kapag hindi ako nagtitipid, doon ako mahirapan. At the end of the month, wala. Ipon ko is like zero. Wala akong napundar para sa sarili ko. And everything went lang para sa unnecessary things.
But I think that's a common thing. Like when I first started working, my income was like less than 6 figures. So because it was less than 6 figures, but it was the first time I was earning something consistently. Lagi akong wala akong ipon Lagi akong negative.
Damn.
Kasi ginagastos ko lang lahat. So, din ko na realize like, wow, it really is expensive to be an adult. Rent, luho, family needs, not just my needs. So, parang dun mo lang ma-realize na ang gastos pala to kind of sustain yourself. Not just sustain yourself ng survival mode, but sustain yourself in a way na you actually enjoy life. Medyo mahirap siya to attain nowadays. It does take time. It's not a reality for a lot of people.
It's not.
Especially with a lot of the pay that people get nowadays.
Mahirap ang buhay ngayon.
That's true.
Ato pala. When did you know that you were an adult? The feeling of being an adult?
Ako, like, when I graduated talaga. Kasi dun, parang, for me kasi, college pa lang, I knew I had to be independent.
Okay.
I wasn't independent in college, but I kind of was. It was already instilled in me na after college, nobody will support me. After college, lahat ng kailangan ng pamilya ko, ako yung bibili. Because my parents aren't working, diba?
Okay.
So, that kind of responsibility will really be on me. Kasi if my brother's still in med school, it really does take some time to earn while learning. So, I knew I had to be an adult right after I graduated college because all of the responsibility was on me. Not the best situation for a 20-year-old, but it was my reality na my family's needs, family of 5, my own needs, are a burden or a responsibility that I have to carry on my own. Kaya parang, nung malapit ako mag-graduate yung last year ko na parang dun ako, what's the word, aligaga. Doon ako parang nagpapanik like, what the hell am I gonna do with my life? How am I gonna earn? And then COVID came.
Yeah.
So, during my 4th year of college, that's when everything kind of synced in. Hey, I gotta get my shit together. I gotta start applying for jobs. And at that time, kasi I was like a intern for Food Panda.
Okay.
And nung time na yun, parang sinasabi nila, oh, your salary is going to be around 20K for a fresh grad. And I'm like, huh? 20K? My rent in Manila alone was like 15K ata. So, huh?
Paano?
How would I make that fit? I mean, pwede naman uwian. But like, I live in Santa Rosa.
Ang layo.
And like Food Panda's office was like in BGC. So dun ko nagigets yung parang the reality of work life in the Philippines na even if you graduate from one of the top universities in the country, it's really not, it doesn't guarantee much.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get offered 20s, 30s. It's livable for one person. Pero kung madami kang sinusuportahan,
it's not.
It's a lot hard to live off of that.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a certain lifestyle. So, parang dun ako nagpanic na halagang to pala yung market sa Pilipinas. Do you move abroad? But if you move abroad, parang it's also hard.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's hard. It also takes money to start, and you also don't want to leave everybody that's here. If your family's here, if your relationship is here, parang you don't want to restart. So it's a lot of back and forth with yourself to kind of figure out where you belong in society and how you will sustain living within that society.
Yeah.
Medyo tough talaga siya. When did you know that you were an adult?
I realized that I was an adult when actually I realized it a bit early, even though I wasn't even an adult already. I realized nung nag-sink in sa akin na I knew I was an adult nung nagsimula na ako mag-sideline even though I was still studying.
Okay.
Kasi I figured out na hindi lahat ng bagay na hingin ko sa parents ko is mabibigay agad nila. Since, you know, hindi naman kami ganun kay super yaman. Hindi din kami, we're just in the middle class. So, you know, we can splurge minsan pero may times na nahihirapan kami. And then, narealize ko yun kasi nahiya na akong humingi sa parents ko. Super nahiya talaga ako. Kasi, I know yung lifestyle ko before was a really different one compared to what normal college people are going through. Siguro sila, iba nag-aaral. Ako kasi, nag-aaral ako while partying. So, yung lifestyle na yun is very, very hard. So,
And magastos?
Magastos. Kasi syempre, hindi naman libre ang alak. So, basically, I had to, you know, sustain myself na nagbebenta ako ng mga gamit, iba't iba akong racket para kahit papano, yung pangluho ko sa mga ginagawa ko sa outside of the house is with my own money.
It's a good idea that you sustain yourself, but it's a bad idea that you sustain yourself to buy your own alcohol. So, medyo bad influence ka doon?
Oo. Pero sabi ko sa sarili ko noon, nahiya din talaga ako kasi parang ang kapal ng mukha ko humingi sa parents ko na, ano ba yan? Parang yung pera na pinanggagas, yung baon na binibigay nila sa akin
Pang Red Horse mo.
Oo, mga kapala ko talaga. So, yung pera na binibigay nila sa akin is pang lunch ko. Tapos yung pera na nakukuha ko dun sa mga sidelines ko is para sa extracurricular activities outside
Hobbies.
school. Yes. So yun, that's when I realized that I was an adult. But after a few years, tsaka na lang siya nag-sink in na I was really a freaking adult. No, I moved here, I graduated. After graduating, actually, I wasn't even looking for a job after nung graduation ko kasi I thought that my makeup business was gonna boom. Doon ako medyo nag-hold on to kasi nakapagpatayo na ako ng studio ko. Doon na siya, malakas na yung kita ko for a person that is, you know, unemployed. Like, parang side hustle ko lang kasi siya eh. And then, when I was looking for jobs, ang main idea ko talaga is maging VA. Kasi most people ngayon, mas steer away sa mga on-site jobs kasi mas gugustuhin nila na in the comfort of their homes, diba?
Tsaka you can't blame VAs for being VAs. It's a really good option. Nasa bahay ka lang. You actually earn more than more people.
Yeah.
You earn in dollars pa. And like, your time is controlled. Hawak mo. So, you can't really blame a lot of people for wanting to be VAs. I know parang lately, they've been getting hate ata na you're working for people abroad, you're not helping out the country, but at the end of the day, like, you have to be realistic. You need your own money.
Yeah.
And sobrang ideal ng setup nila. Given our transportation, given like the rates of Grab and Angkas, it's really expensive. So, magandang, I would say, like, kudos to all VAs, right? Because they're very lucky to be able to do that. And the setup that they have, taray, ganda nun.
Actually,
Like, I wouldn't want to go to the office every single day. If I had a choice, I don't want to commute. I don't want to choose a condo near the office and keep moving every year para lang
mag-adjust.
Maganda din work from home-ish.
Ang problem lang with work from home, I've heard lots of people say this, is that they don't have social lives anymore. Ano na sila? They're like living in the shadows already. That's why when they go out, tuwang-tuwa silang lumabas kasi minsan lang sila lumabas outside of their own safe space. Kasi nga, nandun na lang sila, work, tulog, kain lang sila sa bahay. Paglalabas sila, it's either errands, grocery, mamamalengke.
May question ako. I think it got viral in the US, but it was a question towards millennials. You're Gen Z, di ba?
I think so.
Yeah. Would you rather earn 100,000, but you have to go to the office every single day from Monday to Friday, 9 to 6?
Okay.
Or would you rather earn 50,000, but hawak mo time mo and you work from home forever?
100,000 pero sa office ka?
Office every single day, Monday to Friday, 9 to 6. Or work from home ka for life, for good. You control your own hours, pero 50,000 only.
Mas natuwa ako dun sa 50.
Oh?
Kasi gusto ko talaga na kapag kasi, thinking about it, yung $100 mo na yun, tas commute ka everyday, tas yung area of working mo is nasa area na mag-splurge ka talaga. Kunyari, walang karinderya doon. Karinderya nyo is like 150. Ubus din. So, 50K lang din yung matitira sa'yo, for example. Pero kapag nasa bahay ka lang and then $50 lang din yung makukuha mo, you can save
50,000
that. 50,000.
pesos.
50,000. Akala ko dollars. 50,000 yung makukuha mo. Sa'yo na yun. Depende na yun sa'yo kung mag-take out ka or something. I think it's practicality-wise na lang. Ikaw, ano bang pipiliin mo?
Ako, it depends. Kunyari,
Take both jobs.
I'll take both because like, what the fuck? It's so expensive to sustain me. My hospital bills are times 2 that combined. It depends on your career level.
Okay.
Feel ko, if you're just starting out, you have to go to the office to network. You need to suck up to the owners, and you really need to prove yourself. And you can do that at home, but it's much easier to build connections in person. But for me, like if I'm already established now, like right now, I don't really have to prove myself to anybody. I would rather choose yung nasa bahay because I can do other businesses, I can control my own time. Pero if it's somebody that's just starting out, it's nice to say that you have the luxury of your own time na kapag nasa bahay ka lang. Parang sayang your youth if you stay indoors, you don't make connections, you don't go out, your friends from high school are the only people that you know hanggang habang buhay. Parang nililimit mo yung circle mo when it's your time to really put yourself out there, meet people. Because I would say like the people that have changed my career, the people that have changed my life in terms of my career, that have really, parang boosted my income and who I am, are the people that I have met outside. Nobody from my college, nobody from my high school. Because nagne-network talaga ako. I really try to meet people higher than me, richer than me, older than me. For career-wise. Because sila talaga yung nag-help sa akin. So, I think it really depends. Ngayon, my answer would be like, I'd probably choose the 50K para I can have more time to do other things. Not to just higa-higa lang.
Hindi naman sa pagiging tamad.
Freedom-wise. Pero if I was parang who I was nung kakagraduate ko lang, nung talaga, go to office talaga. Suck it up. Even if lugi ako. Because I remember dati nag-internship ako and my allowance like 10,000. But I moved to BGC.
Okay. Wala.
With 10,000 allowance. I lived in BGC. The office was in Makati. The food alone, right? But because it was in investment banking, and every single day I wanted to be in the office, every single day I wanted to be around all these successful people. Kahit lugi talaga ako. Kahit minsan, wala na akong pera, mag-jeep na lang ako. Alanganin pa yung jeep ko. Papasok talaga ako because it's really, you really need to network when you're a kid. And it paid off naman because these are the people that really hired me. These are the people that introduced me to heavy hitters in the Philippine market. So it takes time. Yeah. Take sacrifice pala.
Oo.
Diba?
Actually, makes sense. Tuwa din ako sa sagot mo doon. Amazing. Buti na nakikinig kayo sa podcast.
Nakita ko lang siya na nag-viral. Parang sabi niya, millennial yung tinanong.
Okay.
Pero sabi niya, for sure, Gen Z yung nagtanong. Because for millennials, they would really choose being at home.
Okay.
Like, who cares about being in the office? Who cares about meeting new people? But that's because they've already done it. They've already networked. They're already established. Gen Z,
would go out.
Gen Z has to. Feel ko talaga. Because if you do all this work from home stuff, great siya for money, great siya for time, great siya for, like, I would say mental health.
Yeah.
But kasi nga, hassle mo commute, but career-wise, it's so hard to make connections and really move the needle. Even just to make a real relationship with your boss, parang online medyo.
Yeah, kasi
Wala din eh.
when you're like in the office, you get to spend like 9 hours,
Yeah.
8 to 9 hours with different people surrounding you.
Yeah.
And knowing that nakikita mo bawat kilos nila, kita mo sila paano kumain,
And you
paano
learn.
you learn kasi you observe eh. When you observe, you learn other people. And then that will get to be the things na, alam mo, i-internalize mo. Kasi kapag nakuha mo na yung mga little, kunyari, if you look up to somebody at work, like, sabihin na natin, natutuwa ka sa working habits ng boss mo, you will pick that up eh.
That's
Kasi
true.
kapag pag nakuha mo yung mga healthy habits nila with work, it makes you wanna work more, mas na-motivate ka magtrabaho. That will be your pushing moment para mas matutuwa ka magtrabaho. Kasi kapag nakikita mo na pag work from home ka, kikita mo lang sila through screen, you just talk to them for like 30 minutes kasi meetings, and then you just go on with like your different jobs after. Wala kayong connection. There's like literal no connection between you guys than the workload that you guys do. Kasi if you're at in an office, may ano yan eh, may kunyari break time, magchichikahan kayo, you know, there's still a casual and professional setting that you can experience if you're working in the office compared to working as VA or working from home.
Tsaka feel ko when you work in an office and you get to be surrounded by all these other people, you really get influenced by who they are. And I felt that when I was working in an investment bank, I spoke very differently. Because my boss would be like, "I'm famished. Shall we all grab something, a supper together?" Parang ganun siya mag-speak. So for a time, that's how I spoke because of the people that were around me. And it's nice, like it expands your vocabulary. It expands how you think and how you present yourself to other people. And I wouldn't have done that if I was just working from home. Because I go to the office, like my vocabulary was so vast to the point where I speak like, "I'm famished. Shall we proceed with blah, 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 blah." Like, what the hell? Like, what normal person speaks that? Well, because I was surrounded by British people. Yeah, like the owner was British. British people, European people, American people. Parang it also influenced not just my work and not just what I learned, but also the way I presented myself. And then, syempre, when I moved to the startup world, mga lagi naka-sweatpants, laging bruh. It also changed my vocabulary na mas fit for my success in that realm. Ala ka naman, I speak in a very formal Bridgerton way in the startup world. Nobody will take me seriously. But I'm only able to adjust to my environment and be the best version that will attain success in that environment because I expose myself to the people within it. Hindi yung nasa bahay lang ako. Hindi yung chat-chat na lang tayo, pre. Like, I'm too lazy, bro. Like, I live in Laguna. No way. So, I think it really is beneficial. But now, syempre, tamad na din ako to do all of that. Now, I would rather just stay at home. So, there's levels to it. Hindi siya parang black and white lang na, gusto ko work from home for that. Depends din naman on your preference. Kasi ako, I really want to build businesses. I really want to climb whatever ladder. If your purpose in life is just to get money out of a job and then do life outside of it, then the work from home route is a lot better. Para lang, yun talaga yung totoong work-life balance.
What did you want to be growing up, and did you achieve that?
Ako, I think in high school, I wanted to be an investment banker. Like, you see those people trading, and you see, it's, I don't know, it's very common kasi in finance to be an investment banker. Kaya my course was economics.
Okay.
And it's much more famous abroad than in here. Parang, I think when you say economics here, they think home economics. Magluluto ka, magtatahi ka. But like, my course was really economics. because I wanted to be an investment banker. Because I wanted to go into finance.
Okay.
Kasi I heard, dun yung mayaman yung mga tao. Not necessarily because I'm so invested in finance. Not even because I was interested. Parang, at a young age, hindi ko talaga alam what I wanted. I wanted to be rich
Okay.
and happy. But I wasn't like those other people na, I'm so interested in cars, I want to build cars. I'm so interested in makeup, I want to have my own makeup, whatever. I was the type that didn't really have a specific interest, which kind of frustrated me Kasi bakit iniisip ko, bakit wala akong hobby like other people? I see other people into photography. Why don't I want to take up photography? I see other people that want to be a football player. Varsity naman ako, but I don't want to become that. So parang, I really didn't know what I wanted in life.
Okay.
And I feel like the safest option was investment banking. Kasi yun yung career that a lot of people see as very, very high in the finance world. So, yun yung naging course ko in LaSalle. And I studied it for around 4 years. But during those 4 years kasi, I had different internships. And at the time, medyo uso to get a lot of internships because it was paid during COVID.
Yeah.
So during COVID, kung wala kang pera, a lot of online internships would pay you like 5,000, 10,000, 8,000, depending pa. And I worked for companies like Foodpanda, GCash. Parang lang may allowance. Your work, medyo walang kwenta yung work mo.
Oo.
I would say like you don't really learn much kasi parang utusan ka lang doon or pencil pusher ka lang, super admin. But I didn't really care kasi I needed an allowance.
Oo.
And then what really changed my career and my outlook in life was when I went to the investment bank. In the investment bank, ang goal ko talaga was to be an investment banker.
Okay.
But it just so happened na naging client ko was the owner of the biggest retail shops in the Philippines and globally naman. He thought I was the boss of my boss when I was like 20.
Okay.
Tapos sabi ko, no, I'm actually an intern. I actually need a job, bro. Like, parang ginagano ko, I actually need a job. And sabi niya, okay, why don't you just work for me? And akala ko I would just be put in like retail shops. Kasi nga, he owns Guess, Vans. Akala ko, the culture was, you work muna 1 month, Berawang. You work muna 1 month, Guess. Para you understand the business. And nangyari was, naging client ko yung House of Collab.
Okay.
And then in this freaking House of Collab, I was like, okay, it's TikTokers. So what? Who cares about TikTokers? Kasi I studied finance so medyo mataas yung tingin ko sa sarili ko. And then parang nakita ko, okay, like people on social media make so much money. Make millions. And ako, I studied from LaSalle. My salary was about to be like 30,000 in this investment bank. I was like, whoa, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Investment banking, you can make a lot of money talaga out of commissions. Pero the base pay, if fresh grad ka, medyo mababa siya.
Okay.
So I was like, dito na lang ako. Kasi kinukuha ako ng House of Collab as just an analyst muna. So I was like, dito na lang ako. It makes a lot of money. It must be doing something right.
Yeah.
But it was a totally different job. Jump. Kasi I was gonna do finance. Then I'm just gonna go into media. So parang I felt like an imposter na, hey, this is not me. But ako nag-aral ng years of calculus. Nagpakahirap ako in finance only to study TikTokers. But then, parang, I worked in the House of Collab as an analyst first. We got investors from the US that invested a hefty sum. These investors appointed me as a CFO. At 22 years old, I became a CFO. And this was within 6 months, less than 6 months of working in the House of Collab. But at the same time, nagda-double job ako. Kasi bigla ko na-accept in PNG. PNG is one of the biggest parang FMCGs globally.
Okay.
Sila yung sa Joy Downy ata.
Oo, yung mga ganun.
Pamper. Ay, basta yung mga ganun.
Oo.
So nagda-double job ako kasi iniisip ko, okay, this is a big company. This is safer than House of Collab na startup. And mas magiging proud tatay ko sa akin.
Oo.
So, parang in the morning, I would be a manager in PNG. At night, I would be an analyst for the House of Collab. And then, But at that time, I was also offered a CFO role na sa House of Collab. I was just not super sure kasi nga, it's a startup. Yun yung mga hirap sa startup. At any time, it can just be gone.
Yeah.
Unlike big companies like P&G that have lasted the test of
Years.
time. Decades na ata siya eh.
Decades.
It's super safe. And maganda din naman kasi as a manager dun eh, it's pretty rare that you become a manager with no experience. So, nung time na yon, I was in P&G and may nakausap ako na boss ko. Na CFO yung boss ko. Sabi ko, how long did it take you to become a CFO? Sabi niya, oh, only 22 years. And at that time, I was 22. So I was like, but right now, I'm being offered a CFO. And it took you 22 years to be a CFO. Syempre, different levels naman siya because it's a small company, it's a big company. Parang dun ko na-realize how long the progression would be sa corporate.
Yeah.
Parang 22, that was my entire age. Parang ang dami ko na pinagdaanan, but dun ka lang naging CFO. But right now, I'm being offered a CFO role. Like, I'm out, bro. Peace out. I resigned after 3 months.
To PNG?
Oh. Para ako yung pinaka mabilis ata na nagstay doon.
Oh.
Because most people go in there and stay there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, it's a respected company. I was like, 3 months, I was out na. And then, because I became a CFO, I worked there for like 3 years. So I met a lot of people. I was able to really build a network and build a career for myself. But, so akala ko, okay, kahit nasa media ko, I'm doing finance, still within what I studied.
Yeah, same range.
Yeah. But parang siguro, di naman sa nagsawa ko, I didn't feel aligned na with the business. I didn't feel like it was what I wanted. I didn't feel like it was aligned. So kung ano yung gusto ko ipakita sa mundo. So I kind of started looking for other jobs and I landed upon like tech and media, which is, you know, like this right now.
Here.
Which is here, you know, which is doing a lot more front-facing, a lot more, you know, in front of the camera, which is not what I'm used to. Parang my whole life, ako dapat yung behind the camera. I don't even like taking pictures dati. Because I was fat. First of all, I was fat. And second of all, like, hindi ako sanay. Dapat ako yung man behind. Ganon. So, parang, it takes a bit of an identity shift. Siguro that's one thing na mahirap in your 20s. Parang your identity keeps changing. This year, iniisip mo, okay, maybe I'm a makeup artist. And then naisip mo, okay, I like Pilates. Maybe I can be a Pilates instructor. Parang your identity changes so much na minsan feel mo you're an imposter na hindi ako to. But I feel like it's really just you trying new things, learning about the world. Parang you owe it to yourself then to let yourself try. Hindi yung sobrang stuck ka sa isang identity mo. Like, ikaw, kung sasabihin mo, hindi, makeup artist ako. I don't want to be anything else. It's me. But then you found out, oh, I'm good at this, pala I'm good at creating content, pala I'm good at other. You kind of owe it to yourself to let yourself branch out and not just be so stuck that certain identity that you have for yourself now.
Kasi kapag na-realize mo sa sarili mo na you're just stuck in one place, you're just gonna be there for a long time.
Yeah.
Lalo na kapag you're just putting yourself in that same area for how many years na. I've seen it. A lot of people, my dad, for example, my dad has been in the same line of job for like more than my age. Kasi he was working for like, I think he's been working since 28, 27 years. Like more than me. So,
same company din?
I think medyo related na lang siya. Pero as of now, I think matagal na siya sa job niya na to eh. Same company. Like, I think mga 10 years na siya here.
Okay.
Which is yun nga, doon ko nakita na I thought that's how work will be for me too. Kasi sabi ko, baka ganyan lang din ako, super tagal ko sa isang ano, tapos masastuck na lang ako in one area, hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko after, retirement na lang ang makakapagpatapos sa akin magtrabaho, ganun. So, I was scared. Working and knowing that I will be stuck in one area scared me. Sobrang natakot ako kasi sabi ko, what if I don't like what I'm doing? I'm a person of change. Like, I know in my life that the only thing that is constant with me is change. I will always change. And I'm not a person of habit. Hirap ako kapag
May routine ka?
Ayoko na may routine ako lagi. I mean, okay lang na may routine ka.
What
but
do you
like,
feel when you have a routine? You feel like life is boring, or you feel like nasasakal ka, or
I feel like nasasakal ako kasi like, I feel like I have a checklist to do and if I didn't get to do them, I feel like, para akong may something wrong. Parang nape-pressure ako na may kailangan akong dapat gawin. So when lagi mo sinasabi, you raw dog it.
yeah.
Okay lang, siguro may goal ako for a specific day, but like, I don't have to pressure myself every day for doing a routine that I really don't want. Kasi kapag nakita ko yung sarili ko doing the same thing over and over and over again, nakakaumay.
Yeah.
Nakakapagod siya. Kasi most jobs are like that eh. Kasi kunyari, you get hired for this specific job, what you'll do specifically is yun lang. If you're an analyst, magiging analyst
That's
ka
true.
lang. If you're a cashier, yun lang. If you're ano pa ba mga jobs? Basically, yung mga ganun. But in my line of work ngayon, sabihin na natin na there will be different branches to it. Kasi ayoko nagsistick lang to one set of goal and one set of job because I know that in myself, madami akong potential in different segments. Kaya, pressure is different, lalo na dinadala mo siya sa sarili mo.
Yeah.
If you're putting pressure on yourself, it's really hard, lalo na kapag kalaban mo na yung sarili mong utak with everything that you're doing. And lalo na kung yung utak mo na lang din yung nagfa-function, parang naka-autopilot ka na, naka-robot mode ka na when it comes to your job.
Yeah.
And normal siya, lalo na ngayon, when you're in your 20s, it's really different because this is the year or the years that you will figure out yourself. You will figure out the things that you like, you will figure out the things that you would want to become in the future. Well, actually, your 20s is your future already.
Yeah.
Parang ka na, nasa point ka na ng life mo na dapat hindi ka stagnant. Pag stagnant ka kasi, you'll be stay put ka lang and
Yeah.
you don't want that in your 20s. Kaya when I see other people, they regret so much not doing much in their 20s kasi 20s is the most vulnerable time where you can do a lot. Pwede kang matulog ng isang buong araw, pwede kang mag-work ng isang buong araw, pwede kang mag-travel for like how many months. It really depends sa momentum mo kung paano mo aasikasuhin yung buong 20s mo.
But I think the hardest thing about being in your 20s is nobody's telling you what to do. So you can sleep all day, or you can also not sleep at all and keep working. Like, it's really up to you to balance it all. It's the pressure of having this kind of freedom. And what do you do with that freedom? Do you build yourself up? Do you let yourself wallow in the pressure?
Yeah.
Parang, there's so much choices, and the abundance of choices is what keeps you paralyzed in your 20s. Do I go here? Do I try this? Do I quit? Do I apply? Parang there's so many opportunities. It's both a blessing and also it adds more pressure in your life. Kasi nga, ideally, your parents aren't telling you your parents aren't telling you what to do. Like, my parents let me do whatever. I'm sure your parents let you do whatever.
Ngayon, 'di ba, nung na-realize mo na hindi ka na nila inuutusan, hindi ka na I mean, they still have the care, but hindi ka na parang hindi naman wala na silang karapatan na magsabi sa'yo ng gagawin mo. I think they already know that you're an adult, that you can make choices for yourself already, and the choices that you make will not greatly affect them anymore kasi hindi na nila choices yon for you. It's like your own choices para sa sarili mo. So if you do quit the job, if you do, sleep all day, mas mahihirapan ka kasi that's your own choice.
And I feel like the most frustrating thing in your 20s is you're in a rush to make your parents proud. So, kaka-graduate mo pa lang, you wanna already spoil them, you wanna already show something na nagawa mo na. But not everybody has achieved something already. So, parang frustrating siya na hindi mo ma-prove yung sarili mo to yourself, to the people around you, and to your parents. For some people na, are taking their time. Kaya ako, I really knew, not just because I knew how to support them, because, they're not working and they're fully reliant on me. I knew I had a lot of pressure, not just because I needed to provide, but because I really wanted them to, I wanted them to still live while I was successful. I wanted them to see me succeed before, the time comes. And that kind of adds to the pressure of everything. Because reality is, it's kind of hard to find something that works for you and that will actually make you earn a lot. Sometimes you like a job, but the job is okay pay. Sometimes you want to start a business, but you need money to start a business. And it's also fairly risky. And maybe mga family mo, not even in business, nobody can guide you, nobody can mentor you. So it's the frustration of like not knowing what to do all the time. And I still feel that. Kahit ngayon na I'm much more established in my career, parang every day I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Every day parang, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if this is the right choice. But feel ko it's going to live with us throughout our entire 20s and maybe even 30s. Na there's an idea of who you want to be. May mga goals ka, may picture ka of who you want to become. And but right now you're not that. Right now you're not the vision that you have in your mind. So the gap in between, yun yung pinaka-frustrating kasi how do you close the gap?
Yeah.
How do I get here? How do I become that? What do I do? What do I sell? What do I become? What do I say? Who do I meet? Diba parang sobrang daming unanswered questions here that nobody will actually ever answer for you.
Yeah.
Masasagot mo lang siya if you try things, you experience things, you fail, you try, you succeed. Parang yun yung mahirap. Because your 20s are about closing that gap of who you want to be and who you know you can become and who you are now. Frustrating siya kasi ano ba yan? Gusto ko na yung maman eh. Ano ba yan? Gusto ko na spoil pamilya ko eh. Gusto ko na magpakasal. Gusto ko na do all this, right? But
it's hard.
It's hard.
Sabi nga nila, in your 20s, this is your panic years. You start to panic, you start to ponder, you start to, alam mo yun, nahihirapan ka mag-adjust to what you want in life since you're starting to panic kasi everyone around you is doing different things. Kinakasal na, iba, may anak na, they bought a house, they bought a car, and you're just traveling, yung mga ganun. So, you put this pressure sa utak mo na, what if I'm not doing enough because other people that I see around me are doing well? But I think one thing that you guys should always remember is don't put pressure sa sarili mo kasi nakikita mong mas maganda yung buhay ng ibang tao.
Yeah.
Kasi your own success is not the same as other people's success. Lalo na you did not start at the same time. You did not start at the same age. You did not start at the same job. Money, hindi kayo parehas ng pinanggalingan. So, you will never, comparing yourself will never get you somewhere. Lalo na ngayon na nagpapanik ka. It will just add more fuel to the fire at mas mahihirapan ka lang to be successful if you bring yourself down with all the comparing that you're doing.
Tsaka I feel like in your 20s, you become a lot more frustrated with yourself. Kasi in your teenage years, you had a timeline. Like, I'm guilty of this. And when I was a teenager, I was like, okay, dapat pag 25, may bahay na ako, may pamilya na ako. I don't know, like, I'm like one of those settled down people.
No.
Or like, dapat by 30, I'm a billionaire. I don't know, something like that. I've set so much ideas in my mind when I was a kid. Now, up until now, I bring it because there's an expectation for me to hit it. And when I don't hit it, para I beat myself up for it. Na in high school, sinasabi ko, dapat 26, kasal na ako. I'm turning 26 this year, bro. Now, I don't think that's happening realistically. So, and syempre, at times, it's frustrating kasi you had this certain timeline, you had these certain markers, age markers, or dapat when I'm 25, I'm making 20 million per month. Right? Like,
where?
And if I don't hit it, it's much more frustrating. But feel ko, it's having all these expectations for yourself. It's good because you always push yourself to be more and to be better. But also try to balance it out. Kasi when you don't hit it, parang magagalit ka lang sa sarili mo. But instead, you kind of have to realize na you haven't attained your goal. But you're one step closer towards it. You're still on the path towards it. Not as fast as you thought, but you're still on the way. Malapit ka na. It will just take time. It will just take more effort. But I'm super, super guilty of this. Kaya I'm always like, what the fuck? I'm sorry.
Go lang, go lang.
YouTube.
Go lang, go lang.
Like, what the heck? I'm turning 26. I haven't figured my life out. But then I also realized, like, if I did have my life figured out already at this young age, wouldn't the rest of my life be so boring na? Wouldn't the rest of my life be downhill na from here? So it's good that I'm still on the climb up, because that means like I have more time to enjoy, I have more time to learn. Because if I've already reached my peak, does that mean everything is downhill na from here? So when I don't have the things that I want, yun na lang iniisip ko. Na it's good that I don't have it, because that means like I'm not at the highest point in my life yet. I will not decrease from here. It's not downhill from here.
Sabi nga nila, when it comes to the pressure that you're feeling right now, you gotta enjoy the pressure. Because if you enjoy the pressure that, it's not that you're romanticizing the stressful feelings that you're feeling, but you learn something kasi with the pressure that you feel every day before you reach the goals that you will reach in the future. You learn how to handle things better. You learn how to adjust to the things that are changing constantly around you. Mas mahirap kasi kapag wala kang natututunan in even though you're doing something. Lalo na kapag sabi nga nila, when you don't learn about the things that is happening around you, you're not adapting, you're not changing, and it's a bad habit lalo na kapag yung problema mo 2 years ago is still your problem now. So, you need to let go of those type of mindset. Lalo na, napansin ko din may mga ibang taong ganun eh, 'di ba? Pag kunyari, may mga other people that has the same problem like 5 years ago and then hanggang ngayon problem pa din nila. Sobrang nakakabagsak yun, lalo na naririnig mo pa ulit-ulit and they're not doing something about it. Kaya, romanticizing your pressure is not the same as that. Kasi, when you enjoy the pressure of being tired, being, pagod with the things that you prayed for even before, mas nakakatuwa yun kasi you're living that same moment.
You prayed for it.
Oo. Na kapag kasi yung paano ba yan? Parang yung dati mong hinihiling, nakamit mo na. So, dapat enjoyin mo na lang siya until...
And there's a cost to have that.
And once kasi na you say na, I prayed for this, you gotta be thankful kasi you have it already.
There's a price to pay to be able to have it. And that comes with pressure. And I'm a big believer that pressure is a prerequisite to success. It's required for success. Kasi, like, I wouldn't be where I am if I wasn't under pressure. If I didn't know that I had to provide. If everybody around me, since I grew up having a lot and then losing all of it, there's a lot of pressure to regain it back. And then I also grew up having a lot of rich kids around me. There's also pressure to be more than them, or at least be at the same level than them. So it's constant pressure na you feel like inaapi ka ng mundo, na bakit pala akong ganto, bakit sila meron. But it's this pressure that really shapes you and will really help you in the long run. Nakakasama talaga siya ng loob while you're experiencing it.
Yeah.
But when you do come out of it, you kind of realize that it was really needed to become the person that you are now. If I didn't feel that pressure at a young age, feel ko, bahala lang ako sa buhay ko. Or I would just do whatever because I don't feel lack in myself. I don't feel na may kulang sa akin. But because I did feel that, and because I did see other people attaining other things that have pressured me, parang it was a big push for me to keep trying and keep grinding and keep working. Kung walang ganung pressure, edi wala lang din ako. Diba? It doesn't feel nice. It makes you uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable enough to leave the situation that you're in. Or at least try. Diba?
This is one thing that I do when I get home from work lagi. Hindi ko alam bakit naging safe space ko yung elevator namin paakyat ng condo ko.
Okay.
Basta pag nandun na ako
Like, nakaganon?
Hindi, lagi akong thank you talaga. Super thankful ako na pagod ako for some reason. Kasi parang sabi ko, I'm thankful kasi this tired feeling that I have is madami ako na-accomplish today. I get to do the work that was the work the work na hinihingi sa akin, the work na kailangan kong gawin.
Yeah.
Napagod ako kasi may ginawa ako. Hindi ako pagod kasi wala akong ginawa.
Yeah.
Pangit. Ang pangit kasi sa feeling kapag nagrereklamo ako lagi na, grabe, sobrang pagod ko naman, pero wala akong ginawa. So, parang nagigilty ako na, there are times then na nakakagilty kasi wala akong ginagawa. But you have to be thankful then because you get to feel tired because nagpapahinga ka lang din naman. But you know, you gotta be thankful for the things that you experience every day kasi nga, yung different things na yan is there for a reason.
Yeah, and I mean, like, at the end of the day, pressure is a privilege. I'd rather feel the pressure of having a boss than no work at all, than poverty. But I'd rather feel the pressure of having toxic workmates that I'm trying to mend, or the toxic boss, than the pressure of being unemployed, right? You kind of choose your own battles. And if you know that this pressure will help you, you have to be grateful for it. It's not the best feeling, but you still do have to be grateful for it. What are some things that you try to do to cope with pressure?
When I feel pressured, I always think of the things that I'm going to achieve after, the end goal. Grabing motivation kasi yun para sa akin to feel the pressure because I know that I'm gonna do well. I'm gonna do my best to do that because I feel thankful kasi knowing na yung end goal ko will be the best because I get to do all the hard work and lahat ng hirap ko is equivalent to something greater in the future. Kaya minsan, yung pressure is like, okay lang yan. Like, kaya I think some people, like, a lot of people are saying, okay lang, mag-OT ako para may pang Jollibee ako. I think that's like the greatest example na pwede natin gawin for like normal people. They do extra time at work para lang ma-compensate man lang yung gusto nila magawa for like a good time.
Yeah.
Kaya it's a sad reality kasi hindi naman lahat is paano ba yan? Hindi lahat ng tao is they have the resources na makapag-overtime or to have work. Kaya kapag nape-pressure ako, sabihin ko, okay lang yan. I will do my best so that I will get the best in my life. Mas maganda yung buhay ko after this.
I feel like it's good to overcome pressure and to be able to live through it and live within it. We also have to remember not to let it consume us.
May you never lose yourself overworking and in the pressure of success.
Because sometimes I think when we do feel this pressure, it leads us to overworking. It leads us to ruining our minds and our bodies in the pursuit of success. So we really do kind of have to balance it out and kind of realize that if you're succumbing to pressure, but it comes at the expense of your mind and your body, especially your health, then kind of rethink if it's worth it or not. Because it's hard to regain that. Lalo na your health. Health-wise, bro, like, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, one bill in St. Luke's is what? 320,000.
No,
so,
not worth it.
Kind of chill with the pressure. Learn to balance it out and learn to also listen to your body, listen to your mind. Para hindi mo din pinapabayaan sarili mo. And a lot of people try to satisfy the future versions of themselves without thinking of the cost today. And super guilty din ako doon. Like, if I'm working 2 jobs, I don't eat, puro Red Bull lang. At some point in time, it will really catch up to you.
Yeah.
All of this hustling, all this grinding. It's good to say, it's good to think, it's a good work ethic. Again, if it's really costing your mind and your body, rethink your decisions and also learn to slow down. Kasi yung lagi sinasabi ng mom ko, di ba? Like, mayaman ka nga, pero lahat ng pera mo, pang hospital mo lang. Mayaman ka nga, pero, you know, you're always sick. It doesn't mean much. So yun yung na-learn ko actually from my most recent surgery. Because I was like immobile. I couldn't walk. Right? And I was just in bed for days. Ang na-learn ko was like, I will never take this mobility for granted. The moment I am okay, I am out of this country. I am out of this town. I am out of the house every single day, all day, forever. Because like, I took it for granted, my health. And then my health did crash down. Parang, wala, ang dami kong pinabayaan, ang dami kong hindi ginawa.
Masakit.
Ang dami kong hindi ginawa when I
Okay.
could.
Okay.
And when I was in bed, you know, like with a diaper and all that, like not the prettiest sight. When I was in bed and I couldn't move, ang inisip ko na lang, when I'm mobile again, when my health is at top tier again, I will never take it for granted talaga.
If you catch me,
Like,
you can't catch me.
I'm gonna be out and about, all my money to flights or something. I don't
Somewhere.
know. But like, I'll be moving. I'm not gonna take that for granted. I'm not gonna stay at home.
True.
Might as well not pay my rent.
Wala nang bahay, wala nang kondong uuwian. Kasi wala na.
Backpacker na ako.
Mahirap kasi kapag in-overwork mo yung sarili mo, it will really drain you mentally also. Hindi na lang din physically. That's why we have, alam mo yun, burnouts. Kaya kapag, I've seen it. I've seen it with myself na nababurnout ako kapag lagi akong kilos ng kilos ng kilos. And all of the, paano ba yan? All of the ideas that I have, it's just ideas na lang kasi hindi ko na siya ma-put into action because super burnout na ng ano ko. If I just keep executing and executing, nauubos talaga lahat ng execution powers ko. But at the same time, I really have to, you know, take it slow, manahimik lang ako for a bit, kahit papano, you know, hindi ko ipupush yung sarili ko to a limit that I cannot even, you know, edit, make contents kasi pagod na pagod ako. Even though that's not even like the hardest thing to do. Pero mahirap kasi siya, lalo na kapag iniisip mo na, am I doing enough? Is this okay? Is this what they wanted to see? Is this, you know, like, all
Is
the
it repetitive na?
Yeah. Is it very natutuwa pa ba yung mga audience ko with the thing that I'm doing, you know? That's why it's hard when you're in a line of work na kailangan mo mag-isip lagi. It's really draining and nakaka-burnout siya lalo na you can't do all the thinking lagi. You need help din.
I mean, any job naman, whether it's physically or mentally tolling, it will really lead to burnout if tuloy ka lang ng tuloy na hindi ka magpapahinga. And you don't let yourself breathe. You don't let yourself kind of escape the world of work, even just for a day, even just for a few minutes or hours, diba? You owe it to yourself to take yourself out of that world, escape reality muna, whether that's going to the beach or going to the mall, you know. Give yourself a break every now and then, especially if you feel like you've earned it. You don't always have to earn or deserve a break to take a break, but if you really do, you know, take it then. Because our bodies, we're all human. We're all, you know, mortal.
Yeah.
And we all have limits.
Yes.
Our minds and our bodies have limits. So learn your limits and live within them. Lalo na if sakitin ka.
Listen to your body then.
Exactly.
Your body will tell you if you need to rest din kasi talaga. Kaya nga nila sinasabi kaya ka nagkakasakit kasi kailangan mo na magpahinga eh. Pero like other people, you know, they work and work kahit may sakit. Magpahinga, dapat magpapahinga.
My Stitch does not want to talk to you.